Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Socially Desi Show, the podcast that motivates you to live, create, and inspire. I'm Anurag, your friendly Desi neighbor, and if it's your first time here, welcome. On our show, we discuss personal growth, mental health, relationships, entrepreneurship, and health and fitness. We discuss tips and strategies with our guest speakers on how to tackle problems in your daily lives and continue progressing towards becoming the best version of you. So hit that subscribe button and go check out our website at sociallydesi.com for more of such content. Social media is both good and bad. It has its own pros and cons. It has helped a lot of people across the world, both professionally and personally. I remember back in 2009 or 10 when I actually joined Facebook, I got to meet a lot of my old friends who were in different parts of the country and I had lost touch with them. So it was a great platform for me to connect with them personally, and I met a lot of people whom today I am working professionally. Now, if I talk about social media, a lot of creative entrepreneurs have also come up. A lot of people have built their own brands on social media. So social media has its own place in our lives. But when I talk about social media, there is a lot of problems that people are facing, knowingly and unknowingly. So on today's show, let's talk about a few problems that we knowingly or unknowingly face in our daily lives due to social media and its usage. Now, let's talk about what social media has become. So social media today has become a place for bloggers, for professionals, businesses to actually market themselves, to promote themselves, right? I'm a musician, so I put a lot of content on Instagram. I put up a lot of cover songs on Instagram so that I can be visibly available for a lot of my audience. A lot of people who don't know me can actually, look at my profile on Instagram, on Facebook, and have a look at my talent. So it's a great place to actually showcase your talent, right? And a lot of influencers have come up on these platforms who are helping brands and people like to buy or be connected to something that they weren't earlier, that they were not able to grasp earlier so easily in front of them. So what are these problems? What are the problems that we are talking about? Let's start off with the basic thing, which is we are spending too much time on social media. All right. Social media, if I remember, there was a time when I used to be on social media for 8 to 10 hours every day. And I don't know if most of you can relate, but there was a time when you keep on scrolling on Instagram that at the end it would show something like, oh, you're all done. You have checked everything that was there on Instagram and there's nothing new content that you can see. So just imagine how much time are we putting on social media? We are actually overusing that platform. Be it Instagram, be it Facebook, wherever you are, the amount of time that you're putting on social media needs to be regulated. So what is the solution? The solution to overcome is to limit your time. And these days, if you look at your mobile phones, all the latest mobile phones that are there, they have some sort of monitoring that you can do on the kind of apps that you are using, right? So like, for example, I'm using a OnePlus 6. And on that, I can actually go and see the number of apps that I use on a regular basis and the number of apps on which I'm spending most of my time, right? So this is something, this information is something that we can always look at and see, okay, suppose I'm using a lot of Facebook. Let's cut down on our time on Facebook. It's a tried and tested method for a lot of people. That's why I believe that manufacturers of mobile phones are in fact putting this feature on their phones so that people can actually detox from social media. This actually leads to the addiction of social media as well. We become so connected to social media that our presence online is a must. Like these days, the lockdown is going on and it becomes so mandatory for a lot of us to actually post something or the other that we are doing at home on social media. Right? So the addiction needs to come out. A solution to this is that, if you feel like that you are constantly checking your phone, you are constantly trying to put something on social media, just put it aside. Do some offline hobbies, right? If you like cooking, cook something, but that doesn't mean that you start putting pictures of what you're cooking on social media. Sometimes it's fine, but let's try to do some offline hobbies and just keep our phone aside for some time. The next is the update syndrome that we have seen. A lot of us, we want to remain busy, even though the lockdown is going on and we have very less work to do. But we like to get busy. We like to read a lot of things. But this has actually translated into us using more of social media for just looking at content, mindless content sometimes, which is doing nothing for us. It's not helping us in any way. So what you can do is to, you can schedule out your day. You can spend sometimes on different sites that you want. Like suppose if you have a lot of love for Facebook, you can, spend some time on Facebook. You want to do a lot of Instagram, spend a bit of time on Instagram, but then don't, keep on looking at your notifications and messages across these platforms, and don't just spend your time there. You don't have to stay updated all the time. It's okay if you have, let's say, 10, 20 notifications coming on Facebook or Instagram. It doesn't mean that you just jump right into it and every 5 minutes you're looking at your notifications and checking out your social media. This update syndrome has actually led to a lot of us neglecting our families and responsibilities. This is something personal that even I have experienced. That a lot of time, sometimes when my parents would say something to me and they want something to be done immediately, and if I'm on my phone scrolling on my Instagram, I tend to do that task ultimately, but I delay it till the time I am on social media. So this is something really bad. If you want to, if you are here in this lockdown, you have this chance to actually connect with your family. I believe that this is a good time to connect with them, talk to them, and let's not spend so much time on social media that we are neglecting our duties and our families in this whole process. Next, I would like to talk about a problem which a lot of us are unknowingly facing, which is a lot of dependence on online friends. We are now interacting with, our known friends as well as strangers online, and we like to make friends. Social media is a place which encourages us to make new friends, new connections, which is good, there's nothing wrong in it. But sometimes what happens is we are so dependent on online friends and chatting with them online that when the time comes for us to meet in person, that conversation becomes real awkward. You don't feel that, the fluency in our conversation or our discussions, and it feels weird, to be, frank. And what you can do about it is that whenever you are meeting someone online, you are talking to them online, that's fine. But when you want to build relationships, when you want to build that friendship, right, try to meet them offline, because that is something that will actually help you to grow that relationship, that friendship ahead, instead of just chatting online every day and never meeting offline, never meeting them in real life. Managing social media time is another one problem that a lot of us are facing. We don't know exactly when to leave social media and when to get on to social media. So managing time is very, very important for us. Every day we have our regular home chores, we have our office work, and also we want to spend time on social media. So decide and set a time period where you want to just go away from social media. You don't have to look at social media the whole day, as I discussed earlier. Now, what has happened with a lot of us, including me, is that when we are on social media for a long period of time, our attention span has actually reduced. With social media today, you are consuming so much of content. This is so much of fast content that we are so much used to looking at this content in such a fast manner that our attention span is reducing, right? On Instagram, every second there's someone who's putting up pictures and we are just scrolling. In fact, on Facebook also, we are just scrolling. And what is happening is we are not able to stand still and look at some information and grasp that information for our own benefit, right? We are getting so much distracted with so much of information that it's difficult for us to have a good attention span. So, one solution to this is that the time that you spend on these platforms, try to take a break. Take regular breaks on social media. I understand that for a lot of us, social media is our income source, right? We are trying to put their content on social media, which would actually help us make money. But if you take regular breaks in between your work on social media and on the internet as a whole, I believe that your attention span will actually get better in time. Now, because of this attention span which is getting reduced, we are facing a lot of focus issues. We are having a lot of lack in focus, and our productivity is going down. Right? So taking break from social media and prioritizing your work before social media is essential for you to gain that focus back on your work. And this has happened to me a lot of times when I was working and I have to make some presentation. I'm at home, let's say, and I'm working on a presentation. If there's a notification that would pop up on my phone and I would just look at my phone, I would spend another 5-10 minutes just looking on social media. And then when I get back onto my presentation, I'll take another 5 or 10 minutes to remember what exactly I was doing. And this problem I've seen with a lot of people. You're working on some crucial Excel calculation, and then suddenly your phone pops up, someone calls you, or there's some distraction. And when you get back to your Excel, you have to figure out where you left it. So I believe that it's important that you remain focused on what you're doing and set your priorities to the essential work that you're doing at that moment. And try to keep social media aside for that particular time, at least when you're working. One major issue that a lot of people these days are talking about on social media is the FOMO syndrome. What is FOMO? FOMO is fear of missing out. We feel and we are so much anxious and we go crazy that, we might miss something. Or there must be, something great happening on social media. It can be on Instagram, on Facebook that we might miss. And so, we are constantly on social media. This becomes a real bad habit for all of us. We are constantly on social media thinking that, if I'm not on social media every 5 minutes, I might miss out on something. This is completely not true. So spend less time on social media and try to connect with people, who matter in your lives. It can be, your favorite blogger. It can be your favorite Instagram influencer. It can be your friend, your family. But spend time which is only essential for you to connect with them in your own way. Rather than every 5 minutes you look at your phone and think that, you might miss out on something. After the fear of missing out, there's one big problem that people these days are facing is seeking validations. We are clicking pictures, we are sharing it on social media, and then what we do? We constantly keep on looking at how many people are liking that picture, how many people are commenting on it, what sort of comments are these, are people sharing my picture everywhere or not? So this actually make us go crazy. You have to remember that whatever you put on social media these days is public. Whatever pictures, videos that you put is publicly available to everyone. So you have to understand what sort of pictures or content you actually want to put out on social media. Do you really want your personal life to be so exposed to everyone? And even if you're exposing your personal life to everyone, does it mean that you have to seek validation from these people every now and then? You have to make sure that, if I don't get 100 likes, this picture is not good enough for me. Or let's say, you were working hard on your physique and got into a perfect shape that you actually thought is good. But then because you put it on social media and there are not much people liking it, you start doubting your own progress. You start doubting your own health. I mean, is that actually required? Is that necessary? I don't think so. So just think of it. I mean, seeking validation is nothing but wasting your own time. And you're putting the control in other people's hand that, if they like it, that means this post or your picture or your video is good. And if they don't like it, this is bad. So just think about it. This has also created a lot of relationship issues on social media. I see a lot of, couples fighting on social media and they're breaking up on social media just because you put out some picture with your friend. This has happened in my friend circle as well. They fought over something which was completely useless, right? The guy posted a picture with some girl, and the girlfriend thought that that guy and that girl are, they have an affair going on. So this is something that I believe is totally unnecessary. And social media, sometimes, it makes you think in ways that actually are not real, and you develop these relationship issues on social media. The solution to this is that you don't pay heed to what social media is saying. If you have a problem with your partner, talk to your partner, speak with them, try to solve that problem offline. You don't have to go online and publicize your whole issue. And we see a lot of this happening with celebrities, and so we think that, oh, if that celebrity is doing it on social media, I should also do it on social media. I should confront my boyfriend or my girlfriend on social media. I don't think so. That's a good way to go about solving problems in your relationships. And talking about privacy, I hope we all remember the angel Priyas of the world, right? The fake identities on social media. Back in the days, this meme was a hit about Angel Priya and 49 others. So I remember, looking at a lot of fake profiles and even getting friend requests on social media about these Angel Priyas and all that. So we keep falling in trap for these kind of fake identities. So it's important that we try to understand, who's sending us requests. And these can be hackers. They might do something. They might spam your account that it gets banned, and they might access your personal information, your pictures. So it's important that you understand whom you are allowing to access your personal life on social media. Last but not the least, let's talk about cyberbullying and cybercrime. When you invite such unknown people in your lives on social media, what happens? They get access to your life. They can see what's happening with you. And what they do is they try to bully you, right? And this is quite prominent with our, the celebrities online. When they have their own views and they want to talk about something, you'll see a huge number of people, they'll start cursing them, they'll start cyberbullying them. So what's happening? This creates a lot of mental pressure and tension in your mind. And you might have seen a lot of posts and articles on teens getting bullied on social media. And this is really alarming for parents and everyone in general. So it's important for us to understand that whatever information we are putting out on social media, the kind of people we are interacting on social media, make sure you're a bit alert and you're careful as to what information you need to be putting out on social media, and the kind of consequences it can have on you. And I know I'm not someone who will tell you how to handle your social media. I mean, everyone is matured enough to understand what sort of information they want to put in on social media. You are 100% free to put the kind of content you want to on social media. It's just that these are some of the issues that I have seen across on social media and wanted to put it out in front of the world, so that if you are facing these kind of issues, you can take some measures to get them resolved. So before we wrap up today's show, let's talk about a few essential things about social media. Social media is a great tool if you want to showcase your creativity, if you want to showcase your brand, you want to promote yourself. And it's a great place if you want to connect with your loved ones, make new friends, and have new experiences. But if you are there on social media and you are wasting your time, think about it. You need to really think what you're doing on social media. Is it really necessary to be on social media? There are a lot of celebrities that you can see, who are not on social media. And a lot of celebrities are actually moving out of social media. So ask yourself, why are you on social media? Is it because you want to stay connected with your friends and family? Or is it because you want to promote your brand? You want to showcase your talent? And do you really need to be on all the platforms of social media? For example, do you really want to be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok? Do you need to be everywhere? Or you can just master a couple of social media platforms and actually promote it, in a better way, in a more efficient way. So that's all for today, folks. If you liked the episode, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let's go viral. Remember to check out our website sociallydesi.com for the latest blog and guest discussions beyond podcasts. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for daily updates. And as always, before I sign off, remember, life is black and white and everything in between.